That's what the streets look like in authoritarian regimes. That's in Belgrade, Serbia. You have the pro-Putin Vučić regime sending military forces, the same types of military forces that Donald Trump's putting in Washington, D.C., and this Putin-backed regime was sending the forces against college students and people living in Belgrade who are fighting for democracy. What's Donald Trump doing while that's taking place? Right before Donald Trump is set to meet with President Zelenskyy and the coalition of the willing of European leaders at the White House today who are joining Zelenskyy shoulder to shoulder to stand up to the Trump regime after the humiliating display that Donald Trump put on in Alaska, where he literally had American troops on their knees rolling out a red carpet for Putin in Alaska, who was laughing the entire time. Here's what Donald Trump is posting right now. Some random photo of a woman that says, Ukraine must be willing to lose some territory to Russia. Otherwise, the longer the war goes on, they will keep losing even more land, exclamation point. You are spewing Russian propaganda talking points and saying that Ukraine needs to give up Donbass to Vladimir Putin. For what? Ukraine's been able to stand up bravely against the invasion by the war criminal Vladimir Putin. But Donald Trump sees himself shoulder to shoulder with the war criminal. Donald Trump also posts the following about our friend Nicole Wallace. I'm not even sure what this is on her nose that he writes, but he goes, Typhoid Mary Nicole Wallace. Nicole Wallace is afraid of losing her job. Get her a wambulance. This is what Donald Trump is posting right now. What a pathetic individual. Then he writes, President Zelenskyy of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to, or he can continue to fight. Remember how it started? No getting back Obama given Crimea 12 years ago without a shot being fired, and no going into NATO by Ukraine. Some things never change. You said you were going to end the war in 24 hours. You said you knew Zelenskyy well and you knew Putin, and this would be easy, Donald. That's what you ran on. But no, you lied over and over again to your supporters. So now you send desperate emails like the one you sent last night, where you said in the subject line, don't blow it. Your platinum membership is about to expire. What a fraud you are. Just think about that. This is what his supporters are getting. He goes, it's President Trump. I just saw your membership status update, and I was surprised. You were right there about to lock in your Trump Platinum membership, but I'm seeing it's incomplete. 6-hour extension, but lucky for you, I'm a generous man, and I really want you to join the club. I told my team, give Ben one more chance. You've still got a shot, but not for long. Complete membership. And then he asks for your money, for the money from his supporters. Join the club. Isn't that his whole fraud, his whole life? Don't you want to be at Mar-a-Lago? I'm here fighting for you. You're throwing everybody under the bus other than yourself and the oligarch billionaires. It's absolutely despicable. Oh, then Donald Trump, you want to talk about a wambulance, Donald? This is what he's posting. It's been like post after post after post. It's been so utterly pathetic. He writes, the fake news has been saying for 3 days that I suffered a major defeat by allowing President Vladimir Putin of Russia to have a major summit in the United States. Actually, he would have loved doing the meeting anywhere else but the U.S. And the fake news knows this. It was a major point of contention. If we had the summit elsewhere, the Democrat-run and controlled media would have said, what a terrible thing that was. These people are sick. They even want crime in D.C. and other blue cities throughout the country. But don't worry, I won't let that happen. Just like our now secure southern border. 0 illegals in the last 3 months. Our cities will be secure and safe, and D.C. will lead the way. Actually, there was a study that was just done that shows that where the National Guard is, at like the Lincoln Memorial and Logan Circle and Foggy Bottom, are the areas where there's not a lot of crime. In addition to the fact that crime is at a 30-year low and the crime is far higher in districts like where MAGA Mike Johnson is from. Red states, red cities have far higher crime. But it's all performative. One of the things we're also seeing as well is a plan to create over 1,000 new concentration camps in the United States, just like Alligator Alcatraz. And that's where our taxpayer money is going. Not to your health care, not to your education, no, to 1,000 concentration camps that are funded by the disastrous budget bill, where atrocities against humanity will be taking place, as they are right now at Alligator Alcatraz, where the people are dying and suffering and getting killed. Donald Trump says the following in this post: "No war, only peace," and he's holding a dove. No war, only peace. Well, here is what's going on in Gaza City right now. Here, play this clip. And the atrocities that are taking place there every day, as Donald Trump says, we're just going to take it. This is ours. It belongs to me. I'm going to build oceanfront property and build real estate, enabling Netanyahu there. Here's what Donald Trump said. Remember when he said this with the King of Jordan, King Abdullah? Here, play this clip.
The U.S. would buy Gaza, and today you just said we're not going to buy Gaza.
We're not going to have to buy. We're going to have Gaza. We don't have to buy. There's nothing to buy. We will have Gaza.
What is that?
No reason to buy. There is nothing to buy. It's Gaza. It's a war-torn area. We're going to take it. We're going to hold it. We're going to cherish it.
And remember Donald Trump, what he now says about Ukraine? That he never actually really meant that he would bring peace in 24 hours, that he was just being sarcastic. Here, play this clip.
I'm not understating the complexity of all this, but as a candidate, you said you would have this war settled in 24 hours.
Well, I was being a little bit sarcastic when I said that. I would. What I really mean is I'd like to get it settled, and I think I'll be successful.
What's the plan if Putin doesn't agree to a ceasefire?
Bad news for this world, because so many people are dying. But I think he's going to agree. I really do. I think I know him pretty well, and I think he's going to agree.
Oh, I get it. You're a stand-up comedian. Ha 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 ha. You said that you would bring peace to Gaza, peace in Ukraine, lower prices, make housing affordable. Stand up, everybody. You're a funny, Donald. Great work. You're such a comedian while people suffer. Really funny. Such an utterly despicable, vile human he is. He then posts the following. The very unattractive, both inside and out, senator from Connecticut, Chris Murphy, said Putin got everything he wanted. Actually, nobody got anything too soon but getting close. Murphy is a lightweight who thinks it made Russian president look good in coming to America. Actually, it was very hard for President Putin to do so. This war can be ended now, but stupid people like Chris Murphy, John Bolton, and others make it much harder to do. Oh, got it. It's not like you're the one in charge who said you would solve this in 24 hours. And Putin was there with Sergei Lavrov, his foreign minister, wearing a USSR shirt, laughing and mocking you and our troops. Putin made you look so stupid and made our country look so stupid. The world would be laughing at us right now if it wasn't so serious. The utter betrayal that you've given to the free world. You are absolutely pathetic. Then Donald Trump posts the following. Do the great American flags I put up in front of both entrances of the White House look fantastic or what? Wow, what a difference. No, just make things more affordable. Start with some of what your promises were. Stop your disastrous trade war against the world. Then Donald Trump goes, 1 year ago, the United States was an almost dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the envy of all. What a difference the president makes. Quite the opposite. Wall Street Journal economist said that, this was their quote under the end of the Biden term, American economy is the envy of the world, a Goldilocks economy just right. And now you've ruined that. A new world order is being formed, with the United States being one of the weaker poles in a multipolar system. But go on, Donald. I mean, you'll just brag that Vladimir Putin said that you're so hot like a pistol. You're bragging that Putin says you're hot like a pistol. I mean, the way you've treated Zelensky versus the way you've treated Putin just shows that you just are a wannabe dictator like a Putin, and just how you look up to these fascists. Here's what Donald Trump says. Even Putin told me we're so hot, we're hot like a pistol. You're bragging that Putin is playing you, and he's playing you in the most obvious ways, and you fall for that flattery. Here, play this clip.
I love seeing this country be great again. And Vladimir said just a little while ago, he said, I've never seen anybody do so much so fast. He said, your country is like hot as a pistol. And a year ago, he thought it was dead. Everybody thought it was dead.
More whining by Donald Trump, fake news, wah, 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 wah. How do the American people feel about Donald Trump? The new Pew Research poll, which has Donald Trump's overall approval at 38%, shows that his net approval is all negatives amongst every group. Negative 68% for blacks, negative 43% Hispanics, negative 5% for white people, negative 33% for 18 to 29-year-olds because you've destroyed their future, negative 31% to 30 to 49-year-olds, same thing. 50 to 64, that number's now rising to 9%, 65 plus, negative 9%. Amongst women, your approval is negative 28%, men, negative 13%. There you were, golfing again this weekend. More on the taxpayer dime, just vacationing. Here's the photo published by the White House of Trump, Witkoff, and Rubio talking to Zelensky. When you zoom in and you see the faces, you can see the utter disgust and disdain they have for Zelensky versus how they treated Putin. Then Donald Trump randomly posted Bella, B-E-L-A, to which Governor Newsom responded. Donald Tiny Hands has written his autobiography this morning. Unfortunately, low IQ. He spelled it wrong. Beta. Soon you will be fired, Beta, because of my perfect, beautiful maps. Then Governor Newsom, to mock and troll Trump, posts photos like this of himself with muscles bulging, although that looks more like Newsom than Trump's posts of himself. Ukrainian intelligence officers are saying the Americans are being unbelievably aggressive in trying to force Ukraine to surrender right now. I've reported on this before, but Donald Trump has demanded National Guard from other red states come into Washington, D.C. So South Carolina, West Virginia, Ohio, providing additional National Guard troops to go into Washington, D.C. and be in the areas where there's not crime. The governor of Vermont rejected the demand that take place. Finally, let me just show you this back to back. This is Marco Rubio saying that there was never any expectation that a deal would be made in Alaska with Putin. That's quite literally what the expectation was, because you and Donald Trump said that if there wasn't a ceasefire deal reached with Putin, that then there would be sanctions on Putin. And now you're saying there shouldn't be a ceasefire, but Ukraine needs to give up Donbass and Zaporizhia and give up all of its land to Russia just because. Here, play this clip of Rubio.
Why did President Trump's meeting with Putin end with no ceasefire? And what does Putin want?
Well, yeah, well, a couple things. First of all, if you recall, there's no way you can have a meeting like that. And we never said there was going to be a deal coming out of the meeting because the Ukrainians are not there. This is a war between two countries. It's not America. It's Ukraine and Russia. We met with the Russian side. We've spoken repeatedly with the Ukrainian side. We'll see them again tomorrow in person, along with our allies in Europe. So I do think some progress was made in that talk.
And then you saw Donald Trump crying about Chris Murphy. Here's what Chris Murphy said earlier today. Let's play it.
Heard my conversation with Secretary Rubio. We specifically started talking about the fact that President Trump initially said he wanted a ceasefire agreement. Now he wants a broader peace deal. Secretary Rubio defending that approach, basically saying the Russians wouldn't agree to a ceasefire. Do you think that it's the right strategy to now focus on that broader peace deal?
That meeting was a disaster. It was an embarrassment for the United States. It was a failure. Putin got everything he wanted. I mean, first of all, he wanted that photo op, right? He wanted to be absolved of his war crimes in front of the world. He was invited to the United States. War criminals are not normally invited to the United States of America. He is intentionally murdering civilians. He's kidnapping children. And now he got to stand next to the president of the United States, legitimized in the view of the world. Second, he didn't have to give up anything, nothing. Right? President Trump said he wanted a ceasefire. It appears the ceasefire wasn't even seriously discussed. And then third, there's no consequences. Trump said, if I don't get a ceasefire, Putin's going to pay a price. And then he walked out of that meeting saying, I didn't get a ceasefire, I didn't get a peace deal, and I'm not even considering sanctions. You heard Secretary Rubio downplay sanctions. And so Putin walks away with his photo op, with zero commitments made and zero consequences. What a great day for Russia.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. We appreciate you as always. The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.MeidasTouch.com. All 100% USA union made.